why Meet the Others podcast. What's this about?
Why are we doing this thing?
Why are we doing this dang thing?
Who the F?
Do we even know what we're doing?
Certainly not.
Oh,
We
no.
just hooked this thing up tonight. We figured out how to use the mics, and now we're recording 10 seconds afterwards. Gives
Word
me
up.
comfort. So
I hear you.
yeah. So anyways, Meet the Others. That's us.
Still waiting on this car to come and take me home. Things feel a little different now that we grown. Till I turn the ass, so they put my name in stone. Live how I wanna live, cause we die alone.
Hey.
Yo.
Yo, what's poppin', everybody?
Welcome to Meet the Others podcast.
Welcome to Meet the Others podcast.
This is your first time watching. I am Anissa B.
And I am Choirboy Dank. Let's go.
And we are a podcast of entrepreneurs, musicians, creatives, just entrepreneurs, parents,
Clothing designers.
just doing it
Artists.
all. Just doing it all and hoping we gravitate towards some people watching. So if this is your first time, welcome to Other World. This is Meet the Others.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to all the others out there.
Yes. I wanted to start off with what's in the cup.
Oh, well, I got a brand new cup. It's a Starbucksy cup. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can see that. I don't really drink too much Starbucks, but this cup is pretty fire. My beautiful co-host got it for me. But yeah, it's that emerald green, that money color. But what's in the cup? I got the greens. What is it? It's like some
Super
sort
green.
of super greens thing.
Mhm.
It's like this mixture powder thing that's
It's got like kale,
super healthy.
fruits, just other veggies like spinach.
Vitamins
I don't know.
and stuff.
Vitamins. It's gonna make you pea green, baby.
So that's good. Or neon yellow or
whatever. I don't know.
something.
Yes.
What's in your cup, honey?
Same deal, decided to add it part of our supplement intake. And I'm liking it. It's really, really delicious and tastes really good.
Yeah, I like it. I think it tastes a lot like the naked juice thing. But
A little bit, yeah.
but
does.
it has like way less sugar.
Oh yeah. Like what is it? Like 2 grams? 3
I think
grams?
there's 2 grams, and those naked juices that I'm talking about.
26.
Yeah, it's like insane.
It's a lot. So
it's definitely the better option of those.
A lot better for us. And as far as my second drink, it's H2O. Yeah.
Always with the water.
Always with the water, staying hydrated, making sure we drink all the bottles of water we can, right?
Yeah, I was saying this earlier. I think that we
Yes.
I think that we go through like what are those things? There's like 48 of those water in those cases.
I think there's about 42 bottles of water in those cases.
So we probably go through about 42 bottles of water almost daily. Not every other day.
Yes.
That thing is cashed. I got to replace it in the refrigerator, and it's...
I know. I think we need to go buy more packs, actually. Funny enough. Yeah, we are a family who drink water more than anything else. We don't really drink a lot of juices, and our children don't drink a lot of juice, or there's absolutely no soda. We don't like soda in our house. So we try to keep it real healthy for our children. Try to make sure that we feed them good things so that they can have a healthy, lifestyle. Kind of just, sprinkle some of those good values.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they don't start out thinking that soda is like a normal thing to drink.
Necessary.
Yeah.
I need a Pepsi with my sandwich. You don't need a Pepsi with your sandwich.
Yeah.
You want a Pepsi with your sandwich.
And your body doesn't want that Pepsi
The
with
body
the sandwich.
does not really want that Pepsi with a sandwich. I remember when I went to the doctors, this was back in like 2010 when I got my gastric bypass, just for all those, spectators. It was 2010. So I just
Shout out the spectators.
And the doctor did this like example of what drinking soda does to the belly. Like he gave us an example. And when you drink soda, all that, carbohydrate, what that does is it just makes your stomach a lot more like open for food.
You mean carbonation?
Carbonation, not carbohydrates. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just been thinking about that stuff. Yes, carbonation. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
It makes your stomach expand, which then makes more room for food and stuff. And that's just what causes a lot of obesity is we all drink a lot of soda. I stopped drinking soda when I was like 11 years old. What about you?
Wow. Oof. I've drank soda a long time. I was down with the soda game for a while. Like the Sprite, the Mountain Dew, then I switched to Red Bull. Bad. I didn't drink it like 3 a day or something, but I would have it with the meal here and there.
Yeah.
It's bad, Or, the thing is I wouldn't drink it all the time. What I would drink is a lot of times was juice. I drink a lot of apple juice, cranberry juice.
Sugar. Lots of sugar in that stuff.
It's a ton of sugar.
Yeah.
Which, you think, well, I'm doing the health. I'm not drinking soda. I'm doing the healthy option. But it's arguably not just as bad, but it's not that much better.
Yeah.
You don't got the carbonation thing, which is, I guess, good.
Yes. Very, very true. You don't have the bubblies. I don't really like bubblies at all. I don't even really like champagne that much because of the bubblies.
Speaking of champagne, how's this hard 75 going?
We are on day 49, baby. 49. That deserves some applause. Yes. So we are on day 49. I feel great. I feel like I have realized more and more that I was suppressing my sadness, grieving my father, and just grieving certain losses in my life by drinking. And not drinking has made me realize that I have potential and I have the worth and like motivation and determination to do whatever the heck I wanted and want to do. So I am furthering my education and taking time to pour into myself. Yes.
That's good. So you're furthering your education.
Yes.
How's that been going? Is that a new thing?
It's a new thing that was always lingering in my head, but I kept on putting it off and I kept on saying like, I'm not ready. When am I going to ever have the time? When is there going to ever be time for me to do this? There's just so much going on right now. How am I going to manage that? What am I going to do? And, I realized that, what? My time is now, and I will have to find the time. I will have to make the time.
You can make the time. Yeah.
And I'm basically just trying to educate myself. I wake up every morning. I make sure I get out of bed. I get my clothes on to go work out. I say my good mornings. I work out, and it'd be great to kind of have more of a better understanding of how my body does what it does and how it's doing what it's doing. And I just wanted to like kind of further my education with like, the human body, how the movements, it's just a whole lot of learning that I'm doing. And I'm just going to be able to be a lot sharper with this and also help a lot of other people out. Like that's something that's definitely been a goal of mine, is to help other people who have, are recovering from surgeries, weight loss, just being like paralyzed for a moment, like, or, just help
physical
as
therapy,
much for like physical therapy and all that stuff. So I'm super excited. Like I'm really pumped about it. And
you're gonna give me all the tips and tricks. So I can
give you all the and nutrition.
Buff.
Like I'm learning a lot about nutrition. And it's just like, I don't know. I love school. You know that. Like I love being a student. Like teach me whatever. I'm ready to learn. Like I have no problem learning. So that's something that's definitely been part of my last weeks of Hard 75 is really stomping on the ground and putting myself first with education just as much as with everything else that I'm doing, like my shorts that just came out. Remix.
Right? Yeah, I saw that that like advertisement or whatever you want to call it, that post that had the clouds in it with the ombres that came back.
Yes.
Did they return like a sequel?
Yes. I had those for a Galentine event and they went pretty quickly, like, which I appreciate all of y'all who, you know, my veterans, the ones who have been supporting from the jump. I love y'all. I appreciate you. And, you know, I'm very excited and proud that you guys, all you moms and women out there are flexing the Be Strong shorts. That's super dope. So they'll be out again and you have a chance to order them. There's also solid colors. I have tie-dye colors and camo colors. And I really try to just pick whatever was like brighter colors just because it's summertime and we need to like rep the summer colors for the summer.
I knew that was coming.
Summertime. That's my remix.
That's the Will Smith remix. Yeah.
But
Jazzy.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I know I want to do that too. And my leg is kicked out under the table. It's a lot going on. But yes, about the shorts. So if you purchase 3 or more, there you'll get 20% off on empowermycloset.com. So check it out. I also have tanks, crop tops, hoodies. It's a little too hot for the hoodies, but you never know. Like if you're in the gym and it's super cold and stuff and you want to cover yourself, or, you know, those breezy nights, you know, you can wear some Be Strong.
If you got
gear.
that AC cranking in the house, you just want to be cozy, you know?
Put it on. But yeah, you guys check it out. Because it's a limited offer now for the 20% off. So yeah, I would take advantage of it. Just go to empowermycloset.com and I'm on Instagram, Facebook. You'll find me. I know you will. Anissa Be Strong.
Yeah, there's some really cool colors on those pants. I think that they came out fabulous.
Well, thank you.
I think they all look really good.
I have a co-director, co-creator with me. I'm staring at him.
Who's that?
I'm staring at him.
Yeah, no, I think that those came out super, super fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm very busy right now, but I think the most coolest thing about, I probably said that wrong. I might get corrected by a grammar person, but
who knows?
Who cares? If you're not, just listen.
It's all good.
Anyways.
It's all good in the hood.
It's all good. Breathe. But anyways, one of the cool things about doing this challenge and really taking a hold of it is like learning that even if I have so much to do and sometimes I'm stressed doing all of it, I'm learning how to cope with it by breathing and working out and reading and being, you know, a lot more productive with my time than deciding that today I'm going to have like 5 shots and a whole lot of beers to drink, which I'm not downing anyone. I think, you know,
no, we've definitely had many a times.
It's been fun.
Many a nights.
Yes.
Drinking shots, beers. And, you know, even on our podcast, many times we've started out. I mean, that's where the What's in the Cup thing kind of started from, was us trying out different beers and different things like that. And, you know, I love a good IPA and all of that stuff. But going through the Hard 75, it is kind of eye-opening, one, how much you kind of lean on some of those things.
Yes.
And you use them to kind of not deal with your emotions in the most healthy way. And to really like get through it, you kind of find out that the healthy way isn't just like the nerdy, like boring, stupid way.
Right.
It's healthy moving forward. It moves you forward. It gives you momentum. It makes you feel better and not kind of take you out the game a little bit.
Yeah.
And I love it. I really am digging that part about it for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
So
yeah, and I lost 10 pounds. So
hey.
What? Ow.
Shout out that.
Ouch.
So,
okay.
That's the IPAs.
Ooh,
we tried some funny. This last week, we tried some of those IPAs, those athletic IPAs. Which
weird.
I don't know if you're familiar. If any,
we didn't even finish them. We like literally took a sip and we felt weird, right?
It was my first time ever trying these, and there's like a brand out there. I forget the brand or whatever, but they have non-alcoholic beer or IPAs or whatever you want to call them.
Just for socializing,
for like holding it and drinking it, and they taste a lot. They taste very similar to an IPA.
It did.
Without any of the alcohol-y effects, I guess.
Funny enough, like I know that when you're pregnant, like supposedly I think they say that like you can have like 1 glass of wine or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know when, because I never really got into it, but I almost had the same. If you recall when I was pregnant with Titan and like everybody's like, well, come on, you can have wine. And I couldn't do it. Like I just couldn't socialize with it. It felt like the same feelings when we were in.
Why do you think that is?
I just felt like I made a promise to myself when I got pregnant with Titan, I wouldn't put any types of like drugs or alcohol in my body because my body is sacred and I want to keep it that way for my son. And I feel like I promised myself to keep my body sacred and and keep it as this like, sacred temple and like I promised myself. So like when I took the sip, I wasn't like, you saw, we didn't even drink it really. We left them because we were like, what the fuck is this? Is weird. This is mind fucking. Like, it's strange.
It was strange. When you first pulled up on me with these concoctions.
Oh, yes.
I was like offended.
Oh, yeah. So
I was like,
so this is what I did. I went with his cousins and we went to the liquor store. And, I'm at a place right now where my mind is so strong that I'm not going to pick up a drink and drink it. So I can go bar hopping and be the sober driver. I can do all those things. I feel really in a good place. There's nothing right now that's going to make me have a drink. So that's great. So I was at the liquor store and I saw them and I was like, ooh, I feel like playing a joke on my honey. So we got some and they were like, so how are you going to do it? And I was like, well, I'm thinking of like just like coming in and like just having like a casual talk and see if he even notices it. But my husband is the type of person that he always has to have something in his hand drinking it. Like whether it's a water, a juice, whatever, he needs to have like some type of holding and drinking of something. So I was like, he's going to get jealous. He's going to be like, well, where's mine? Right. But he's not going to be like, well, where's mine on this situation? He's going to be like, well, what the fuck?
Pretty much.
So I walked in and I just like sat down and I was like, oh, here's Grandpa's card. And it was Grandpa's birthday. So he like kind of like glances over, but like does it in such a like, oh, for real? We doing this? And I made sure it said like brewery. It said brewery company. So it didn't have like, and I was just like,
it wasn't clear. And I think that's like kind of the way that it's supposed to be. Like, it's supposed to make it feel like, oh, this person's drinking a beer. And I felt like this person's drinking a beer. What the F, bro? Well, I thought we was doing this together. Yo, you just threw it out the window just because. I mean, I understand my grandpa. He's getting up there. We're having a good time. But this is what we're doing right now?
This is what we're doing.
This is day 40 or whatever it was. And like, are you...
That was like day 30 something.
Like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah, it was so funny. But then I was like, nah, like, and he then realized, and we tried them, and we were like, oh, this is gross. Oh, like, we're like, this is
I mean,
disgusting.
I tried every one of them just because I felt like I gotta do.
She brought them.
I gotta do my well. She paid for them, so let me at least try it.
They were gross. I didn't like them.
Yeah, and then I come to find out, talking to my brother or whatever, there's actually like bars where it's like completely non-alcoholic brews for everyone, and they're all just like, it's like an athletic bar or whatever, and you go there and everybody's just drinking these non-alcoholic beers, and it was such a crazy concept. It's such a crazy concept to me.
I mean, listen, I get it, like you want to fit in and socialize, but I just am so not about fitting into any type of group that for me to hold a can and be like, I'm drinking, look, I don't really need it.
Well, it's even funnier to me to have a whole social establishment around something that it's not even around. Like, it's like, we're here at a...
Like, why can't you just have a bottle of water and just, or like... Apple?
Like, why couldn't you just have like, I don't know, like a juice bar that is like night themed with music and like, or like, I don't know. It's just weird to me.
It was weird for me anyways. But hey, everybody has their own ways of coping with certain things to make sure that they don't fuck up. So if that helps, hey, I'm proud of you for picking up one of those non-alcoholic drinks. For me, it was a little strange. Like, I was like, what am I doing with this?
I mean, hey, if anybody has a little bit more insight to those gatherings or those places or whatever, let me know. I want to hear about them because it's super interesting to me. Honestly, it's just like something that's like foreign to me.
Yeah, it's foreign.
So
for sure.
Anything that's like that to me, I want to know. I'm just curious about like how does that work?
Right.
You know?
Right. Yes.
But yeah. Oh, speaking of new things coming out, got a lot of new music coming out. Hey. July 28th, actually, I think a couple of new songs are going to be coming out. I'm going to try to link the pre-saves in the description of this video. That's going to have a new song from me and my homie Bearded Legend, who is fire. That's going to be coming July 28th. And then I'm also on a song with this guy called Doc Gruesome. I don't know if you know him, but he makes some pretty aggressive music, but we put together a banger that's going to be coming out that same day. So July 28th is going to be a good day for some new music.
That'll be good.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Heck yeah.
It's very exciting. And you're still working on your lo-fi songs?
Oh, I got a bunch of new lo-fi songs that are going to be coming out, man.
Yeah.
I got that and the Beat Store, which is kind of something. That's kind of what we're getting at today is time management. So I really did something. When you're a creative and you got a lot of stuff going on, sometimes it's hard to juggle all these things. And I struggle with it sometimes because, I'm a control freak and I want everything done my way. So
perfect always.
So I gotta do a lot of stuff. And sometimes sometimes those things get away from me, you as a person, you as a creative, us, so that's something I want to talk about today and kind of give some pointers that I found on the intranets and try to keep myself accountable to do these things and keep my mind on what's getting done because Beat Store is getting done. I was working on some beats for that this morning. Bangers. I've been doing a lot of production lately, so it's gonna be good, man. But so speaking of, I guess we should just hop into this thing, right? Let's just talk. So this right now is top 10 time management ideas, tips to try to stay on task and get things done for a creative, right?
Okay.
So let's talk about these. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So 1 and 2, I'm going to switch because I think that number 2 is actually probably the most important, and that is to set clear goals. And this is something I'm going to really try to be very, just stay on doing. And that's to make goals nightly before the next day. So I know what I'm going to be doing the next day and not deviate from that. So on here, it says, set clear goals, define specific and achievable goals for each task and project. Clear goals help you stay focused, and that way you can measure your progress. And I think that that's super important to know, because I think that, as a creative, as someone that's kind of running their own ship, as an entrepreneur, it's easy for the fires of the day or the big tasks of the day to take importance over your goals and your kind of like your things that you need to be doing to steer the ship to get to where you got to go. So I think that that's super important. And in that kind of same thing is number 2, which is prioritize tasks.
Yes.
And this is just determine the tasks which are most important and tackle them first. Focus on high priority items and attack the ones that make the most impact. That's huge, 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 huge. I think it's very easy to kind of put some of the stuff aside and say, I'll get to that important thing because it's really important and I got to make sure that I'm in the right mindset for it.
Right.
And I do that too much. And really, I think the earlier you can attack your most important goals, you have more steam. You have your brain isn't in the right place the first thing in the morning. So
yes,
prioritize, tackle them first. Number 3.
Are you going to write a list or something like to prioritize them? Like, how will you be able to do that? How are you going to be able to stay accountable to that?
I think the way that I'm going to do it is write a list the night before of the things that I need to get done that's important.
And like kind of erase them or something you should do even.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Well, what I was thinking is maybe doing a list, looking at the overall list after the list is done, and then figuring out what's the most important to move the ball forward, the greatest, right?
Okay.
And then I think that what I'm going to do is put them on get back to that Google Doc. I mean, not the Google Doc, the Google Calendar.
Yes, that makes sense.
And just have it on the Google Calendar. And then once it's done, check it off.
I think that's a good idea.
Right? So yeah, so that was good. Nice little sidebar there.
Yes.
So number 3 is to break the task into smaller steps. And this is something that we've even talked about before, which I think that if you're, goal oriented, it makes a lot of sense to divide the larger tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. This way, it's less overwhelming and easier to tackle. And like we were talking before, it gives you kind of wins that you're stacking.
Yeah. If you're constantly just trying to make this big goal, it's going to take you a long time. And sometimes people will lose they'll have like lack of motivation because of the fact that maybe the goal is too huge and now they feel like crap because they didn't actually get to make that goal happen. So start with the small baby steps so that you can actually get to that bigger goal without having to say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to climb that mountain. Say, I'm going to try to get up as far as I can to climb up that mountain.
Yeah. No, I think that that's huge.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to put a big, huge goal in front. And I think that we all kind of have the same goals, right? As people.
Yes.
And it's easy to get, demotivated when you're not at the goal already. But I think that the little baby steps give you those wins to know, hey, I'm getting there. I'm a quarter up that mountain. Only 3 quarters to go, and I think that that's very important. Yeah. And then number 4 is to create a schedule, which is going to be in my plan, which is to use a calendar or planner and allocate specific time slots for different tasks. Geez, I'm just all over. I'm going to redo this one here. Okay. Create a schedule. Use a calendar or a planner. Allocate specific time slots for different tasks and set aside dedicated blocks of time for focused work, which I think is big.
Yeah.
This number 5 is really something that I need to be, aware of, is to avoid multitasking.
Oh, yes, you do.
That's a big one for me.
This guy the other day.
That's a big one.
Oh, man, he put his oatmeal in the microwave, but he put it in the fridge because he was doing something else. He took his spoon out and he's like, I gotta microwave this. And he looked at me, opened up the fridge and placed it in the fridge.
Sometimes your brain could be
do you want it hot or cold?
Like hot, obvious. Oh. I guess the microwave would have been the right place, not the refrigerator. Yeah. So avoid multitasking. Multitasking can often lead to decreased productivity and quality of work. Focus on one task at a time to maintain efficiency and concentration.
Yes.
That's good. It's good. I'm glad we used that to illustrate the point there.
That was a good example.
So, and then there's number 6 is eliminate distractions. Minimize interruptions by turning off notifications.
Yes.
Finding a quiet workspace and using productivity apps to block distracting websites.
Yep.
This is big.
That one's kind of hard for me just because like part of my schedule, part of my routine is to get on the internet and promote positivity to people who might be struggling, because a lot of times that I do that for myself every morning. So it's hard to relate to that 100%. Because like it's the first thing I do in the morning.
Yeah, and I think that that's a big task, right? That you should be doing. But I think that the value of that is to try to do that in time blocks, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And to know that, like, because it is valuable to know that someone's commenting and you can talk to them.
I don't even care about that.
So that would be the notifications for me, in my opinion.
As long as I get it. Oh, you're talking about like the notification. I'm just talking about like being on the internet, grabbing my phone, getting on it. I have to get on the internet. That's like part of like my routine. That's part of my business. That's part of my brand. And so like I'm always like struggling when that's like one of the things that's for me. I'm saying.
No, and I get that. I think that there's a healthy balance there that you can, because nowadays if you're promoting a business, being an entrepreneur, doing what you should be doing, you got to be on the internet.
Yeah.
You have to be on your phone.
Yeah.
But I think that it's really about compartmentalizing that into being at the right time and not going from a message, and then, taking someone's message or their comment and being able to build them up and then going to the scroll space.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's
easily,
yes. I think that's where it goes downhill or whatever, the productivity.
Yes.
So, yeah. Oh, and that kind of leads into number 7, which is practice time blocking.
Yes.
Where you allocate specific blocks of time for different types of work and different activities. This way you're structured and prevents tasks bleeding into each other.
Yes. I feel like you're getting better at that.
I'm getting better at that.
And I think it's because of this hard 75. I think we're putting a lot of what we need to get done. We're trying to put those forward and block that time for that time.
No. And well, some of this just really comes from just the increased level of clarity and like kind of like inventory taking of like, where am I spending my time?
Right.
How am I using the hours of the day? And I gain a little bit of clarity by not drinking and can see those things a little bit better rather than using, so it's growth, growing.
Yes.
So then, did we talk about the breaks yet? No, we have not.
No, number 8.
Yeah, number 8 is to take regular breaks, which is, I think, something that I could work on a little bit better. Yeah. It's just hard because I feel like sometimes when you take the break,
you're losing momentum, right?
You lose momentum, and then you could get kind of distracted and, but I think that there's value in taking the breaks.
If you don't take a break, you'll overflow. And then what will that cause? You might get sick. You might mentally be struggling because you never took a break.
I'll tell you another thing about it is you can burn out, but also I think that the quality of work suffers.
Oh, for sure.
If you don't take the breaks.
How many times have you been up like at 4 a.m, like a whole day, 4 a.m, then go to sleep, wake up again, do the same thing, 4 a.m, like basically get like an hour, 2 hours sleep, and then try to do the same thing. And it's just like you're at the end, towards the end of your projects, I'm sure they are not at your best. You're like, what the?
No, I mean, there's definitely been specific times where I'm mixing a song or, doing a production or something, and it's past 12. And I'll spend the next 4 hours just crushing it, getting stuff done. And then the next morning I wake up and listen to it. And it's
what the?
It's scary. And it sounds like a piece of doo-doo. Like for real. So I think that those breaks are essential. And it's just really about knowing when to take them, I think.
Yeah.
So then the next one, which is huge, is to delegate and outsource tasks. Identify tasks that can be delegated and outsourced to other people. And I think that this is important, especially as like an entrepreneur or someone that has a lot of things on their plate.
Yeah.
You gotta know what you're the best at, what you do the best, and outsource all the other things so that then when you are focusing on the things that you're the best at, you're not being distracted by having to do all these other things. Mm-hmm. I think that that's a big one. And this number 10, which is kind of like the grandfather of all of them, is because it kind of keeps all of this stuff in check, is to review and reflect.
Yes.
Which is what we was talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. So that way you take a step back, you assess your time management, you see the areas that could get some improvement, and then you take that and you can then refine how you act and how you approach your time management.
Yep.
So
those are all good things. Definitely some of that stuff I'll take in now that I put more stuff on my plate. Right. I have tests to do. I have quizzes. I have classes. I have a lot of stuff. I love being able to do it like in my own time frame, but I also am very determined to get it done as soon as possible. So
yeah, well, and you want to...
I got to use those.
Yeah, I think that it'll be valuable.
Yes.
It'll be good. Because you can't just smash through it all in one day.
No, as much as I want to,
Yeah.
Yes. So those are really good. Thank you for that. Thank you for taking that time.
Hey, guys.
And making yourself vulnerable.
Well...
admitting that you suck with time.
I do. It's, it's one of those things. It's one of those things that you could try really hard to get right, and it doesn't really help.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? You really just got to be. Yeah, for me, I think it's just valuable to really take a step back and see what works and what doesn't, right?
Yes. And I agree.
Audit it.
Yes.
So, guys, thank you for coming along for the journey.
Yes. And if you are struggling, we'll put some of these pointers in the description down below. And we'll have the shorts, the what is it called for you? Pre-sound?
Pre-save. The pre-save link to the music that's coming July 28th.
Yes.
Got some bangers dropping. We'll put that in there.
We'll put that down. We'll put the shorts down. We'll put, any links that can help you guys. If you guys want to know what we're drinking, we'll drop that in there too, just so you know. Maybe you could drink what's in the cup next time with us, while you're watching.
Hell yeah. A little healthy juice alternative will be good. You could let us know what you think about it.
Yeah. And if this is your first time, coming upon one of our videos, and you like what we do, how we are, join, meet the Others podcast, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We are on Spotify. We are on iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, Apple Podcasts,
wherever you consume your content, we're most likely there. So
yes,
subscribe.
And like our videos, comment, whatever you want to do, and just remember to be who you are, because you are who you are.
Yep.
Peace.
Love y'all.
Why Meet the Others podcast? What's this about?
Why are we doing this thing?
Why are we doing this dang thing?
Who the F?
Do we even know what we're doing?
Certainly not.
Oh,
We
no.
just hooked this thing up tonight. We figured out how to use the mics, and now we're recording 10 seconds afterwards. Gives me comfort. So
I hear you.
yeah. So anyways, Meet the Others. That's us.
Still waiting on this car to come and take me home. Things feel a little different now that we grown. Till I turn the ass, sure they put my name in stone. Live how I wanna live.